As an entrepreneur, you have to find a way to mix and match the different tools as most appropriate for your business. The two things I want to talk about this week, and the first is on being mindful of the use of cash, in other words, your expenses. The reason is that most company spendings can be either classified as fixed or variable, and depending on what part of that divide it falls on will determine how easy you are able to quickly make adjustments in your spendings. Fixed costs, for example, they do not change in tandem with your revenue. So examples, your rent, or you're expanding your factory, or utilities like internet, water, and a couple of other energy costs. Those are utilities. Once you pay for them, they are fixed. They do not change as your revenue grows. The same thing with staff salaries, your overhead, they also do not change. But variable costs, they change with revenue. So your raw material cost, for example, as you buy more raw material, you process into finished goods, then your revenue grows. So it moves in tandem with your revenue. The same thing with direct labor costs, people that are directly involved in converting that raw material to finished good. If you're a consultant, the people you work with the consultants are really the unit of production that you have. So they are a direct cost to the business, and as such, more or less, they are variable in that sense, because the more they do, and the more revenue that you get as a business. Now, the thing here is that the fixed costs, they are usually less easy to swap or switch. Hence, the reason why you have to be very, very mindful of how you incur those costs. Do not go on that hiring spree, for example, unless you are sure you need to have the person on board. You do not need to incur a high rent because you want your office to, look like it. There are certain people that you have dreams of how you want your office to look like, and you probably have drawn it out on a piece of paper, and the moment you get the first income, you just splash on your office. If it does not have to happen now and it can wait, then make it wait. Can you delay that extension work you want to do in your factory just for a few more months until there's a bit more clarity on how cash is coming in and out of your business? These are all critical decisions you have to make, but the interesting thing is that because they are fixed costs, once you incur them, they are not going away. For example, if you hire a very expensive person, maybe because you believe that that person is required to be able to transform your business, and you hire a very expensive person, and for example, in 2 months' time, you realize that you're unable to pay the person's salary, it puts you in a very awkward position because then you are left in between not paying the salaries or letting the person go after you've convinced the person to onboard into your company. These all they leave a bad taste in the mouth, and they are not helpful to your business or even to the morale of your employees in general. So you want to be careful around all those costs that are fixed, because they are not easy to replace and they are not easy to change, especially when you're struggling to raise cash.